How's it going, Colorado? We're more than halfway through January, and there's so much going on, it's going to be tough to pack in 183 seconds or less. But we're going to do our best to recap the most important stuff, so you can get back to ski traffic on I-70 or down in microbrews, well, everywhere.
This week, impeachment is America's biggest story. The Senate is putting the president on trial, and two Colorado politicians are in the spotlight. On one side, Representative Jason Crow, a rising congressional star from Aurora, made a powerful case as one of the House impeachment prosecutors that the Senate should remove President Trump from office. On the other side, Republicans are focused on keeping power and protecting their big boy president. When it comes to Trump, Colorado's second favorite senator, Cory Gardner, was among the first U.S. senators to endorse Trump for re-election. Gardner regularly headlines Trump fundraisers and raises millions of dollars with his help. To no one's surprise, when Democrats wanted to call key witnesses to testify and introduce compelling new evidence that makes the president look not great, Gardner joined the rest of his party and voted to block everything. Now, to his credit, Cory Gardner says that he'll be an honest juror, even though Gardner's boss, Mitch McConnell, the guy in charge of the whole thing, says he has no intention of being impartial. Whatever happens in the impeachment trial, cover up Cory, hashtag, his support for Trump could be a big problem for him in November when he runs for re-election.
People don't forget.
Last week, we celebrated the 47th anniversary of Roe v. Wade, the landmark Supreme Court decision that legalized abortion across the nation. Even though it's been almost 50 years since we gained these constitutional protections, abortion has never been more regulated and restricted than it is right now. This March, we'll be staring down the barrel of a Supreme Court case that could completely gut our right to safe, legal abortion, potentially making this year the final Roe anniversary. One thing is clear: anti-abortion lawmakers are more vigilant and determined than ever to exert power and control over our bodies. Despite research showing that the majority of Americans support abortion access, over 200 federal lawmakers kicked off the first week of 2020 by signing an amicus brief urging the Supreme Court to overturn Roe.
The majority of these lawmakers were men, shocking, I know, and included Colorado's own representatives Ken Buck, Doug Lamborn, and Scott Tipton. All the while, anti-abortion proponents in Colorado have been hell-bent on spreading false information about abortion later in pregnancy while trying to place an abortion ban on our state ballot in 2020. Even though voters in Colorado have rejected abortion bans at the ballot box 3 times over. Let's give it up already, guys.
Life that's so hateful, 'cause there's a whole way to
As these wackadoos in Colorado and across the nation continue to push their outdated sexist agenda, and as the concern for the future of Roe takes center stage, it's essential to remember that the right to have an abortion means absolutely nothing if there are still systems in place that create impossible barriers and actively prevent access. This year, in 2020, we need to focus forward and make sure that we're fighting for more than just the legal right to have an abortion, but towards a future where anyone, regardless of income, insurance, immigration status, or zip code, has the full ability to make decisions about their body, their health, and their future.
Finally, in Lafayette, there's a lot of squealing going on at City Hall over pet pot-bellied pigs. Say that 5 times fast. Right now, Lafayette residents are only allowed to keep a single pig in their home, unlike dogs or cats. But the pig-loving citizens in Lafayette say their pigs are social animals, and only allowing a single pig per household is inhumane. Were you raised in a single piglet home? Now, if I were a betting man, I'd say the limit will probably end up somewhere around 30 to 50 feral hogs per household. And that's what's happening in Colorado. Want to know how to get involved? Visit the site below and sign up for our action alerts. Otherwise, we'll see you next week with a fresh recap of the happenings in the Centennial State. Be sure to like, subscribe, and comment so you never miss out.